Do you ever feel like your life makes too much sense? Do you wish to experience hardcore medicine without the downside? Would you like to have your gaming instincts trained through years be taken to a dark corner and beaten senseless until they agree to work against you? Antichamber, a 2013 game that quite possibly spawned an entire genre in the form of Stanley Parable, The Talos Principle, and Superliminal. It was developed by a single Australian. Of course, the one game that turned defying Newtonian physics into a personality is designed by a guy who does not have the concept of up and down. If you only wish to hear the conclusion of this review, you may skip towards the end of the video to the appropriately named section. For the rest of us, let's see what this game is all about. Oh, it just spawned me in. No menu or anything. Resolution is pretty bad. Escape does not work. How do I... Oh, okay. The one thing I can tell you with certainty after playing this game is that that is not all you need to know. In fact, that is nothing. There is no knowledge in this game. You do not just know things. In fact, if you go into the wall shift, you go into and you when you turn it's just you'll understand. You'll understand. Let us briefly go over the presentation. Even though it is so white that it could make the smile guy look black, it will grow on you. The minimalistic design helps emphasize what is important and hides the things that are not supposed to be seen, meshing well with mechanics. The music ranges between the crickets are present and the bongos have been unleashed. Overall, serviceable. Also, there is no need to talk about performance here. The game will tax your brain, not your GPU. Not sure how to actually review gameplay since merely explaining it does not help you understand. I mean, I'm not sure I understand. Let's see where we go after game start. Oh, the exit. Hmm, of course not. Well, okay, so we have this map and we go. Okay, jump. Um, let's. Okay, this is no. Oh, full damage. Well, you little. Okay, let's try that again. Walk. What do you mean walk? You just said. Oh, this is gonna be a long game. Fly? No, you listen here, you little piece of. By the way, that door marked as exit, I think we all know it is not the exit. If you never stop trying, you'll get there eventually. I mean, sure, or you can get in a worse situation, but I'm assuming this is supposed to help with this, so we just keep going and going. It seems to just continuously loop back, but at some point you actually realize that it changes, and that's a poster probably making fun of us for chasing our own tail. But if you keep insisting, at some point you reach the end and you get another one of these inspirational quotes. Okay, let's talk about posters a little bit. They're not the Bennett Foddet get over it style, where they're just supposed to tilt you and annoy you. They actually provide some tips, and if you go, oh, into them. Okay, I maybe sometimes they're just traps, okay? But even then, they just present or unlock you with a new route. Furthermore, you can go back to your main area and view all collected posters. It's actually kind of nice. As you solve more and more puzzles, you may start to think you are getting the hang of things. Oh, the door is open while I'm not looking at it. Easy, just go backwards. Um, yeah, the game is quick to put you back in your place. Is that an arrow? Oh, I mean, I'm not sure if I should follow. Mostly because this is a puzzle with no correct choice. You can either go down or up, and either way you end up in the same place. The only way to actually break the cycle is to go back and then you realize you are in a new area. How does this make sense? I'm not sure, but the problem is, this does not make sense either. There shouldn't be enough space. There's no, I don't really understand. And as a bonus, this entire puzzle leads nowhere. There is no reward, there is nothing here, you just reset and go back home. Another thing about the puzzles is that you can realize that looking through this changes your perspective. So now I can go into the blue room and I can keep advancing. However, there's a secret. There is also a green room. You never know when you're actually done with these puzzles, which is a bit of a nightmare. As you progress through more of the game, you get to meet this guy. Don't worry, he's harmless. We have to follow him to reach the end game. He's the Antichamber. And, oh, a gun? So this sci-fi donut is not just capable of spinning, it can absorb and fire colored cubes. Great. So it does not actually help us, it creates new puzzles for us to fix. It even has upgrades. The green version absorbs more and can fire by holding the mouse button. This seems like a quality of life feature until you realize you can now place cubes without line of sight. Next, the yellow gun. This gun has a unique ability with the middle mouse button. There are several regenerating blocks in the game. Now you can just tell them to move out the way. Lastly, the red gun. This one is for when you are just tired of playing with blocks. Generate as many as you want, absorb as many as you want. You'll keep progressing and unlocking new areas until you find it, the beginning of the end. After completing a series of puzzles that will test what you have learned so far, you absorb the ultimate cube. After this, you'll be tasked to navigate what can only be called Cube Valhalla. Falling is still a method of progress in here, and you best get used to it.
I have been falling for 30 minutes!
In the end, we arrive here. Where's here? Yeah. So just put the... Of course, need to jump one more time. Okay, now return the cube and watch the animation. And that's it. After this, the game brutally shuts down. When logging back in, it parses through all of your collected posters. I should be slightly upset since there were a few mysteries left to solve. There are some pink cubes in the game which, when bestowed by the precious boon of your gaze, they start running away. Like most girls do when I look at them. Is that why they're pink? Anyway, there is 15 total, some of which can only be obtained by clipping through walls, but there is nothing to be gained from collecting all of them. Either the developer cut some content, or he just made them to mess with our head, which sounds very likely. Or, the last theory, we have not found all of them. Either way, my brain needs a rest. There is a couple of museums in the game. One is to show how the mechanics work, and the other one details some sketches or earlier designs of the donut gun. I will leave the clips running for a little bit in case you want to look through them. Otherwise, the conclusion is marked. In conclusion, Antichamber is an anti-game. It is an interesting if short experience that continuously messes with your perception and general logic. Furthermore, while most games train you not to fall, go the right way, and quick save, this game takes full advantage of this and warps these reflexes to create unexpected scenarios and progress. The €19 price might be slightly steep, but it goes down to €5 during sale. I can wholeheartedly recommend this gem of a game that will change the approach you have to gaming and interacting in-game forever. Side note, online it is stated that the required playtime to finish this game is 6 hours and 12 for completion. If you do not know what you are doing and not using YouTube guides, you will take longer than this. That is all about this game, and I will see you next time. Now that was an interesting animation. I wonder what happens if I fire it instead of absorbing it. Okay, not doing that again.